Well, congratulations if you stayed with me on this one. Today is day 20 or 20th of self-care. Today, I thought I'd talk a little bit about giving you an alternative, one or the other. And so two things I came up with for today was that you might want to listen to a favorite person that you're connected with and listen to one of their podcasts. So for self-care, because our mental well-being and our emotional well-being is about self-care as well. So I don't get to do that very often, but every now and then I will listen to a podcast. And if you're not a podcast person, because sometimes that can just pull us out. And even listening to a podcast about maybe some of your favorite things, like there's podcasts about everything, cooking, crafting, about everything. So who doesn't, I had an itchy nose, sorry. Who doesn't want to do something or listen to something about a podcast and learn? Maybe it's a self-help podcast. Maybe it's a spiritual podcast. But that's one thing I'm going to suggest for you. Or as an alternative, if you're not into podcasts, how about thinking of someone that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or maybe someone that is housebound or whatever, and either picking up the phone and just calling them and taking a moment to catch up, or writing a little short letter or note to them. Or if they're an email person, send an email or a text just to say, I'm thinking about you. And every time we do an act of kindness for someone else, it always is returned to us, whether you know it or not. So just by being in a place of, I'm going to do this today, either a podcast on one hand, or just connect with somebody you haven't connected with on the phone or through text or email, just for the only sake of just catching up and letting them know you were thinking about them. That is a great way. And you might say, well, how is that self-care? Well, somewhere you've got to post it in your brain. If you're like me, I've got lots of Post-its. One day I'm going to call this one. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have lunch with this one. And they're all in there. But what if I could just catch up by a simple phone call and say, I'm thinking about you, and you're pretty special in my book. And all of you are pretty special right in here to me. So today is day 20. I hope you've been following this. We have one day left. Tomorrow, which is winter solstice, big culmination for the 21 days. And hopefully this sets a new pattern for you. Have a great day, and don't forget to reach out to someone.